welcome to episode 8 of the Pikey podcast, coming to you from Austin, Texas. I'm Rob Jaskula alongside Connor Nayland. Connor, how are you getting on?
Yeah, very good now.
Good.
Starting to heat up again, so...
Yeah, I saw a bit of sun the last few days. That's a nice change for us.
Yeah, it's looking good now. We're boiling the water, so it's not good, like...
Yeah, I mean, I boiled the water for this cup of tea I'm having, but otherwise I'm getting pretty sick of that now. What are we, 4 days in, and it's getting pretty old already. They're saying 2 weeks we're going to have to be doing that.
Yeah, I didn't come to America for this shit, like...
Yeah, no. First world country. It's supposed to be anyway, and here we are, fucking boiling away.
It's supposed to be great again.
And if you remember right, 2 years ago, that Halloween that we had out,
I
had that Mr. Trump costume going. We're going fairly well now that night.
Still not great.
No, I think you could see a photo of that night on our Instagram.
Yeah.
Where you can follow us at Pikey Podcast. You can also find us under the same name on Twitter. Be sure to give us a like, share, and subscribe. We have a growing social media presence there now. It's going pretty well there, yeah.
I think we're almost 130 on Twitter.
Yeah, not bad. And about 200 there on Instagram now. So
yeah, not bad.
We are flying it.
Yeah, spread the word.
Yeah, and we got lots to talk about today, especially judging by the note I sent you in the middle of the night last night with all the misspellings in it there. I think I was able to decipher most of my notes, and we'll get through it today. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by the following message from An Garda Síochána, the Irish National Police and Security Service, who are appealing to young males, Priest must have wrote this one, to use your brains, not your fists, reducing assaults through targeted action. Low-level minor assaults are currently at a 10-year reported high, 87% of which involve males aged 18 to 35. The Garda would like to remind everyone that violence is not the answer. For more information, visit garda.ie. And we'll be talking about some of these naughty boys, Hugo Lloris, more fight in the GAA.
He did sign him.
Some ugliness going on there. It's like watching Keith Andrews play football.
Yeah.
I'll start today with the Champions League. A lot of action going on this week. And start where we start. Old Trafford, Juventus and United.
1-0 for Juventus. Ran the game, 70% possession. I'm not going to give out about United. I think we've given out too much about United here now. So I'm just going to talk about Juventus and how good a team they are. Middle of the field, Bentancur, Pjanic and Matuidi. Cost a total of 50 million euros. They're steals, absolute steals. They've Sami Khedira and Emre Can as well to come in there. But Bentancur, I thought, absolutely ran the show. João Cancelo as well, right back, very good. And then you have Ronaldo and Dybala. I thought Ronaldo was good, and I thought Dybala was even better. You could see him pulling off Matic all the time. Matic is kind of slowing down a little bit. Bonucci and Chiellini, very solid as well.
That's what I was going to mention. Very strong at the back. There was no breaking them down.
No, they're good. Mourinho said that they could give lessons in defending those two. Yeah, he had actually Bonucci one time at Inter Milan, and he sold him. So look, and he tried to buy him back during the summer. I think Juventus is good. I think they're top 3 in Europe. I'm thinking they go a long way.
Ronaldo on his return as well played pretty well. Had the shot saved by De Gea there, but overall a decent enough performance from him.
Yeah, he looks sharp. He's a lot of things on his mind there lately.
He's not the kind of man that takes no for an answer.
No, he's touched the Tiger Woods about it.
It's not the first time I've had a United manager saying things about a world-class performance from an opposing team. A lot of great feedback about your top 5 holding midfielders. Yeah. Fernando Redondo, I'm sold. Yeah. 100% sold. I think we put the link there on Twitter. A few clicks on that now. Watched it a couple times myself.
We need to spread the gospel.
Yeah, what an outstanding player. What vision.
Yeah, I think Fergie said that he magnets in his boots.
Yeah.
And that's enough for me. Fergie recognises a good player.
I even enjoyed the performance late in his career when he was at Milan, went back to Madrid in the Champions League, running the show there again. Came off for Pirlo, 80 minutes in, got a standing ovation from the Madrid supporters there. Quite a transfer saga that he had there too, with Florentino Perez coming in, getting the controlling stake in the club and selling the captain right away without knowing about it.
Yeah, he was against Florentino Perez coming in, and so when Florentino Perez got in, he said, "You're on your way here, boy."
A lot of fun reading about that now.
Yeah, great player. What a player.
Indeed. What a player. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, first professional hat-trick today.
Yeah, very good player. He's just well down the pecking order here. They have a lot of good central fielders, and even Ross Barkley is struggling to get a game for Chelsea now, and he's flying for England. So look, I think he's going to have to move eventually. But a very good player, good size, good, strong lad as well, very well built.
Yeah, big unit.
Yeah, good feet for a big man.
Angel Di Maria rescued a point for PSG.
Very lucky. PSG, I'm not sold on them. Too many individuals there. Neymar is poisonous, if you ask me. Just found these stats between Cavani, Neymar and Mbappe, the passes between them. So Neymar passes to Mbappe 25% of his passes. and Mbappe returns the favour 31% of the time. But Mbappe only passes to Cavani 5% of his passes, and Neymar only passes to Cavani 0.5%. So I don't know. I think Cavani should be getting the message there and getting out of there as soon as he can.
I saw some rather unflattering highlights of Mbappe trying the same moves over and over. It looked like he wasn't on top of his game.
Yeah, Napoli are good. Napoli are very good. Ancelotti has a lot of know-how there. He knows how to win in Europe, and he was going back to his own patch there. I think he won a couple of league titles with PSG before he went to Real. So, yeah, Napoli looking good. Dark horses.
Yeah, I like the finish from Mertens there. It's pretty typical for him, and a good player, one of my favorites right there.
Yeah, can you imagine if PSG end up in the Europa League?
That'd be something, wouldn't it?
It could be a serious Europa League, yes.
Yeah.
You could have Spurs or Arsenal. You could have Monaco, someone like that.
Arsenal got their 11th straight win in all competitions today, and it was Danny Welbeck got the goal for him in the win.
Danny.
Yeah, and they were away at Sporting, and Sporting diving all over the pitch. Just awful, awful watch for them. And I saw who had the armband. It was Nani.
He leads by example.
Yeah.
He did it, didn't he?
And a name I hadn't seen in a long time. They had Sebastian Coates in that team. Threw a nice headbutt at Steven Lichtsteiner, who, in fairness, is a bit of a twat.
He is a twat. And Coates he used to play for Liverpool, kind of mellow enough kind of guy. Lichtsteiner must have done something bad.
Scored one of the all-time great goals, Coates.
Yeah, a bicycle kick against West Brom, I think. Yeah, look that up.
Yeah, we'll link to that one because it is a fantastic goal.
He was a terrible defender up at Liverpool.
Yeah, he was. Speaking of great goals, man who's retiring, a great scorer of great goals, Robin Van Persie announced the other day that he's retiring at the end of the season. And he's still playing.
Feyenoord, yeah.
Yeah, and he's still flying it. He's got the silver fox thing going on. Like, he's got the Ginola hair going, and he's still scoring goals for them and playing in Europe and doing well. But yeah, retiring at the end of the year, scored some great goals in his day.
Yeah, earlier on in his career, he used to be very injury prone, but once he got fit and stuff like that, he was unstoppable, really. Ferguson's last year there, top scorer, he was the difference for him. He
really helped drag him to the title that year.
He's a brilliant player.
Scored one of my favorite goals of all time. He scored a real nice one at Charlton, like 06-07 on a volley with the left foot. Oh, it's brilliant goal. That's
he's a brilliant player. Van Persie is a brilliant player.
Back to the Champions League there. Dortmund now unbeaten in 12. 4-0 winners over Atletico. And you were talking about Diego Simeone and his tactics the other day. You were right about that. We're going to be coming back to that a lot. You've been spot on the last few episodes here. But Atletico, nothing going in that game, and just Dortmund were running rampant.
Yeah, it was their biggest loss in 7 years since Simeone took over, and Borussia Dortmund were just going through like a dose of salts. Sancho, Götze looked to be back to himself, which is great to see because he's had a lot of injury problems. He's a class player really when he's on song. Marco Reus there as well.
Great captain's performance from him.
Yeah, and they have a solid midfield as well with Axel Witsel and Tommy Delaney.
Witsel, I thought, really bossed that game and got a goal for it that was deserved, and he was a big difference maker.
Yeah, I used to think, I just wondered what he used to do on the pitch, but now you can really see him in a good side like that. You can really see what he does.
Well, it's nice that he's finally come and challenged himself in a proper league.
Came away from Chinese.
Yeah.
But Simeone, I thought they were going to be solid. Maybe I thought maybe 0-0 draw, maybe sneaking 1-0 win, but I didn't see him getting beat 4-0.
Sancho's goal came. He'd been on pitch maybe for 2 or 3 minutes, and he'd just come on for Christian Pulisic, the American, who played very well, but he had no end product in the final third, which is typical. Typical Yankees, all pace and athleticism. Yeah, and then Sancho comes in, definitely a yard slower in pace, and immediately finds himself in the right position. He's turned into a nice young player there.
Yeah, he's only 17. I think he's an excellent player. He could be anything, that guy. He could go back to the Premier League and close to 70, 80 million in a couple of years. Yeah. He's a class player. With end product at this young age.
He's got plenty of that, plenty of know-how around the goal.
Yeah, which is, you can't teach that.
All right, Buff. Liverpool 4-0 winners over Red Star Belgrade. Good win for Liverpool. Pretty much the result you figured they'd get.
Yeah, started off slow, but 15, 20 minutes in, they took control of the game. Once Firmino scored, it was how many it was going to be.
Right.
Red Star didn't really threaten at all. Fabinho, excellent. Very impressive. Once he got going, his passing, he always took the ball in the half turn, passed it forward. which if Henderson was there, Henderson would be going backwards, sideways. Fabinho always gave it forward. Brilliant on set pieces as well. If you watch him, he was getting away with little pulls and little pushes and stuff like that. Stuff that you can't really give penalties for, but are effective at the same time. Great at defending set pieces because he's 6'2". Yeah, and he always gets a leg in or something like that. Recently he was playing right back for Brazil in the recent internationals there. So look, he's very versatile as well. And I was just watching the game and I was like, geez, this guy's on the ball a lot. He's winning an awful lot of tackles. So I looked up his stats there and he won 18 of 24 duels. Like, just to give an example of other defensive midfielders there, Fernandinho had 10 of 13, so he won 10 of 13 against Shakhtar, and Casemiro only won 3 of 13 against Pilsen. So just to give an example of that, that's outrageous stats.
It looked like he had gone into about 3 times as many as anyone else in the Liverpool team on the day as well.
He was all over the place. Liverpool actually played a 4-2-3-1. So they played him and Gini Wijnaldum in the middle and Firmino just ahead and Salah up top, with Shaqiri coming in off the right. I don't know what game Rio Ferdinand was watching because he said that Shaqiri started in the middle. So I don't know what he was watching.
Yeah, I thought that pairing with Wijnaldum, just way too much class.
Yeah, it's nice. Good athleticism as well. Very impressive Shaqiri as well. Yeah. Even his work rate. Like he
only played 64 minutes now.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, those short legs though can't last much longer. Calves are too big. You try carry those calves around the place.
I do. I got medium ones right here now.
Yeah, they're more like Wayland's. That's something you see blown in his pant. He got in between the lines and his weight of pass as well for one of Salah's goals. He just took the steam out of the pass and just cushioned it through. Yeah, just a brilliant player. People were saying Mane played well. I wasn't too happy with him, to be honest.
I thought Andrew Robertson was better than Mane.
Yeah, I'm not happy with Mane lately. There's talks of a rift between him and Salah as well. And I actually noticed when Salah scored, Mane went over to him. It was kind of a token gesture of well done. And he hasn't signed a contract as well. The contract offer is on the table and he's holding, but I think he could be holding out for Real Madrid, so look into that one.
Taking a page out of the Usain Bolt playbook of negotiating contracts there.
Yeah, let's hope they're a little bit closer in the demands.
The what was it, 150k to 3 million the player wanted there?
Yeah, chase your dream, 3 million, chase your dream.
Taking away an opportunity from a young professional actual player.
A proper player.
Yeah. Red Star, no shots. They failed to record a shot. And it's hard to see where their talent is. Yeah. It's kind of like a League Cup match more than anything.
I think it would be a lot difficult in Belgrade.
They look decently well organized, like a professional team anyway. And
very hostile there. Yeah. And they drew with Napoli. Look, it won't be easy. I'll take a 1-0 win there.
Have you seen there on YouTube, like the videos taken in the tunnel at their stadium there? Looks like the filthiest subway station in the deepest, darkest corner of Eastern Europe, which it is, and the sound and the vibration. And it seems like quite the intimidating atmosphere there.
Yeah, if I was Shaqiri, I'd stay at home there. Knowing his background, I'd leave him at home for this one.
Yeah, their keeper had an excellent save on the penalty.
Yeah, very good save.
Yeah.
Brilliant save. He was actually good.
Yeah, he was a bit of a character, yeah.
Very entertaining as well. Yeah. We need more of that.
Yeah, well, because, keepers in general, they're a bit off their rockers anyway to begin with, so...
Yeah. The best one I can remember was Jorge Campos. Remember him?
Oh, yes, yeah, from Mexico, yeah.
94 World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
And the flamboyant jerseys and stuff like that. He was brilliant.
Yeah, I was a bigger fan of, what the fuck's your man's name? Scorpion Kick.
Oh, Higuita.
Rene Higuita, yeah.
He loved the British knock as well.
Well, did you see him and Carlos Valderrama at the World Cup in the box? They both still had the same heads of hair that they used to. And they were looking a bit perky there now at the World Cup in Russia.
They were tuned in.
Yeah. I had 94 World Cup, man. That was some crack.
Oh, brilliant.
My uncle took me to one of the matches there in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was Ecuador were playing someone, some European side or something. No one of any note, but Bulgaria, yeah. Stoichkov was the player of that tournament, though, now. He was some man. Spurs. Hugo Lloris, naughty boy.
They need to bag him before they go on the pitch anymore because he's running out of his area there and he's no real right to do it.
And he's miles away from the ball. Knee to the shin on Chucky Lozano.
Yeah.
Terrible tackle. Yeah. Deserved his red card. And Spurs, they're saying Spurs are a bit thin, but you disagree.
I disagree, yeah. This was their team last night, so Lloris in goals, Trippier, Sanchez, Alvarez and Davies. Dyer, Dembele, Lucas, Eriksson, Son and Kane. So I did an 11 that wasn't playing. So Like they're saying they're a bit thin and they should have signed players, but I don't think they are. I think they've actually a very good second string team as well. So they've Vorm, second string goalkeeper, right back, Aurier, Juan Foyt. So he was in the Argentinian squad for the last group of internationals. Vertonghen and Rose, which is not a bad back four.
No, it's
Then you have two sitters. You have Harry Winks and Wanyama, very good as well.
always been a fan of Wanyama.
Yeah, you have Musa Sissoko. You have Lamela and Dele Alli. So
Musa Sissoko's captain of the all-useless team for me now, but I understand that some people find that he has some quality to
if
him.
the game is on TV, he'll be good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If the Sky cameras are there,
Yeah.
he'll be performing.
And reserve striker Fernando Llorente. That's a serious second string team. That would get in the top 10 in the Premier League.
That's better Newcastle squad anyway.
Yeah.
After they go away to Southampton, I'm sure. That's why I'm keeping the worst 11 Newcastle players till Monday, because they're going away to Southampton and the who cares game of the week right there in the Premier League, I'd imagine. So
I just hope Rafa beats Mark Hughes.
no, he's completely useless and he's looking like he's completely lost.
I don't know how he keeps getting these jobs.
Yeah, it's unreal, isn't it?
People give him praise for keeping Stoke 10th for 3 years. Well, they had a 10th place squad.
They had a good squad there.
Yeah, the Shaqiri, Arnautovic, players like that. Yeah,
I even liked Boyan, and he was playing well there for a while too.
So, and then the whole thing just capitulated. So.
I've always liked Peter Crouch as well.
So that's the Spurs mate, Tenema. You can quash that now, lads. Spurs have a good squad.
We also have a good squad. Frank Lampard's Derby County.
Yeah.
Nice win, 4-1 win the other day. And Harry Wilson, that's who I want to talk about yet again. I'm loving Harry Wilson. Lampard played him in the right side of a midfield three, which is where Sarri is playing N'Golo Kante right now. Had another great goal from outside the box. Great strike. At Derby, they're flying it. So
yeah, they are. I thought a good goal actually. Yeah. Cutting in on his left foot and striking into the bottom corner. They have a good team. Mason Mount.
Yeah, and Tom Huddleston is their midfield three that they're playing.
Oh, Tom Huddleston.
Yeah, so 2 England internationals. Yeah, he won 5 caps for England. And
great passer.
Yeah, that's a good 3, especially for the championship. And there's 6 points separating first to QPR and 13th from Leeds to QPR. Very tight there now, not even worth looking at the table. Yeah, Richard Keogh was to blame for the goal, though.
Richie. I always like him, though.
You know, he was one of the better Irish players in that last set of internationals, actually. So
can't be faulted for effort.
After I had a few sneaky ones the other night, I was watching the old highlights from the Ireland-Sweden at the 2016 Euros, and the goal they scored was a 1-1 draw in the end, and Seamus Coleman collected the ball on the right side of the box and danced around a couple Swedish defenders, put a nice ball in right at the spot, and there's Wes Houlihan to take his chance. Should have gotten twice as many caps as he did over his career, and with a class finish on it. That's that quality that Ireland just don't have right now.
We don't have that left-footed genius. We only left-footed clowns like McLean.
Saw Martin O'Neill's name mentioned in an article today of if Newcastle sack Rafa Benitez.
Oh God!
One of the options there. I was like, oh jeez. And I think that whole story is just a media fabrication anyway. So I don't like reading about it to begin with. And I saw Martin O'Neill and clicked that X real quick now.
Yeah, Ipswich sacked their manager today.
Yeah, Paul Hurst got the sack.
Yeah.
I saw that. Be careful what you wish for. Ipswich should have stuck it out with Mick.
Paul Lambert is on the merry-go-round again. He's gone in there. He's another guy that keeps getting jobs like Mark Hughes.
Yeah.
Providing nothing.
What was good was Preston North End.
Yeah.
They're 4-3 winners there against Brentford, entertaining one. They've won 4 straight. And a couple Irish internationals on target there. So Callum Robinson, Alan Brown.
Yeah.
Got goals
Robinson
for them.
got 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see Alan Brown on the score sheet as well. Always been a good Irish influence there at Preston. Yeah, Sean McGuire's on the bench too, I think.
Yeah, didn't they have Daryl Horgan for a minute there as well?
Yeah,
or?
he's up in, I think he's with Hibs now or no.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good to see that.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, very good player.
Some good matches this weekend in the Premier League to look forward to. I'd imagine I'll be perched on the couch for most of it. Feel a bit under the weather myself these last couple of days now. So too much painting at the start of the week. So feeling I'm going to need some rest this weekend.
That painting's not easy.
Yeah.
Take the juice out of you.
So we'll be watching all sorts of football, and we got United Everton. Should be a decent one.
Yeah, is that Old Trafford, is it?
Tis, yeah.
Yeah, Everton come into a bit of form. United are strong at home though. You expect them not to lose that one.
Sigurdsson have enough mental toughness to keep his form up.
Sigurdsson's a little bit mentally soft, isn't he?
He's playing well though.
Yeah,
Lindelof and Smalling, you know.
That could be an absolute shootout. There'll be goals in that game. 2 defences are not great now, so there'll be plenty of goals in that. I think United just for the win though.
What do you think, Spurs and City?
City with plenty to spare, I think.
De Bruyne is returning to form.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's great to watch, really, isn't he?
He is.
Great man to take the ball off the back 4 and spread the play. And he's quick. He's quick, but you wouldn't realise it. But when he's sprinting away from players, that's when you really see it. They have a great mix there with him, Fernandinho and David Silva.
Yeah, great players all.
Yeah, great technical players. Like, they're great to watch. And then you have Bernardo Silva there as well.
Yeah.
Another great player. He's like a younger version of David Silva.
And I even like one of my favorite dark horses on that team is Gabriel Jesus. I always like him.
Yeah.
Decent,
Like, still have
off the bench.
before.
Absolutely have Aguero before him, but they have a great, entertaining bunch of players there.
Yeah.
Leroy Sané. And
Yeah. I still think they're lacking a nasty bastard.
yeah, they do not have that, but Laporte is playing fantastically. He had a great goal the other day, but they went now 3-0 at Shakhtar.
He's in the top 3 centre halves in the Premier League at this stage. I think he's a brilliant player.
They paid £50 million for him when they bought him, and he's looking like he's absolutely worth that.
Yeah.
Another one could have a lot of goals. Fulham and Bournemouth. That's going to be a shootout there.
That is going to be a shootout because Fulham definitely can't defend. That could be it.
Odoi and Ream getting run at by Callum Wilson.
Surely Ream can't play.
He's horrendous, isn't he?
Oh, he's awful. My God. That's a must-win for Fulham.
A lot of pressure heaping on the manager there.
I think if they lose that, he's gone.
Be terrible for Alexander Mitrovic. He'd be crying.
He would.
Crying into his Wheaties. Upset alert for me this week. Burnley hosting Chelsea.
You'd never know. Burnley seem to have got their act together. They've got their solid formation back again. They're not conceding goals. Well, except for last week. That's against City. But I think they were screwed with a couple of decisions there in that game as well. Yeah, I think it could be right.
I don't know if Conte's on the top of his game right now. Everything's going through Hazard.
Yeah.
If they're going one-dimensional, I think Sean Dyche is good enough tactically to shut him down, grind out an ugly one.
Yeah, Sean Dyche loves one-dimensional stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll have his 2 banks of 4 and he'll be well set up.
Oh, deep line, playing narrowly in attack.
Yeah, you could be onto something there.
Goodmanson, Westwood, all sorts of...
Average.
Yeah, very average players. I was thinking about that, looking at some of these championship results, like, Leeds are top, but there's 3 teams on 26 points and all the tightness there. Dwight Gale got injured and Peter Crouch is out there. And just some of the better players that are down in the championship. There's not much difference between the bottom 5 in the Prem and the top 10 or so in the championship. Really not a lot of difference there. A lot of very average players.
Cardiff would be maybe mid-table in the championship. Although they go to Liverpool, I think, this weekend, is it? So, look, hopefully now Liverpool have to be hammered them. But as long as they don't get too nasty now and injure a couple of our players.
One I'm looking forward to is Derby are going to Chelsea in the Cup next Wednesday.
Yeah, Frank Lampard back to his old stomping ground.
I'll have more on that on Monday, I'm sure, because I'm going to be wanting to talk about Harry Wilson again, I'm sure.
Harry would have to give us a shout-out, I think, we're talking so much about it.
I'd say so, yeah. So I like, as far as bets go, I like Bournemouth to beat Fulham 6-4. I like that odds.
Yeah.
Burnley draw 11-5. That's not a bad bet there. Everton 11-10 for a draw at United, and City to beat Spurs 3-4. So you're not getting much payback there, but I think that's near a
nailed on, really.
Yeah, should be a good weekend there in the Prem anyway.
Yeah.
So things are really starting to pick up now too. Like the season's really getting into its groove.
Yeah, there's only too many matches at this stage.
Yeah.
It's Saturday, Wednesday.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And one thing I mentioned before on the podcast, and I did the math last night, I was giving out about the wages not being as high as some of the guys think they are. Mesut Ozil, highest paid player in the Premiership, £350,000 per week, which is absurd money anyway. But that translates over to $18 million US. He'd be the 60th best paid player in the NBA. And that was equal to Kent Bazemore of the Atlanta Hawks. He's their 3rd best player of the 5th best team in the Eastern Conference of the NBA, to Mesut Ozil, making the same wages there.
It was very average.
Yeah.
You see what Ozil can do against Leicester, so yeah, I think that...
I thought that was just an interesting comparison there.
Yeah, it is, yeah. The wages are outrageous, really, aren't they?
Yeah, the NBA and the baseball wages are both absurd. Steph Curry's on more than twice the money Mesut Ozil is. Do you have anything on the NBA this week?
I watched Detroit against the 76ers. Game went to overtime. Detroit won 133 to 132. Blake Griffin, 50 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, 32k a month on child support. Yeah. Wrap it up, Blake, will you?
It's not that difficult now.
Oh my God, 32k a month on child support.
Look, if you and I have managed to make it into our 30s with no children, it's not that difficult to accomplish now.
Maybe it's not working. Yeah, but Detroit have gone, they're 3-0, so they're slipping under the radar there. Embiid as well got Drummond sent off, or ejected as they call it, but he also got 33 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. Drummond got 16 rebounds. It must have been only the 3 of them rebounding. It was outrageous, the amount of rebounds. Drummond got ejected, as I said, yeah. But Detroit looking good. Looking nice and nasty.
Another one of your picks that's looking okay are the Washington Wizards that you had slotted in there to make a surprise playoff run. Yeah. They got that win over the Trailblazers the other night, but it was Markieff Morris for Washington. He was a naughty boy, tugging on the shorts there of Seth Curry on Portland. He got fined $15,000 for a little tug on the togs there.
Just with black hair, no?
Yeah, imagine like going to the fella from Dingle there that's slugging players. And
he got 8 weeks.
Yeah.
For hitting a player.
Find him 10,000 euros, see how long it takes him to come up with that, see how long he'll be punching somebody.
Yeah. Well, I watched I watched a little bit of the Cavs and the Nets. The Nets hammered the Cavs 102 to 86. Cavs are 0-4. Nets 2-2. Jeez, the Cavaliers are shit.
Just like the last time LeBron left. They had no second option, no plan, and they are fucking terrible.
Gophers, they have the new guy Sexton and then Kevin Love, who's decent. But then you have absolute spoofers like J.R. Smith, doesn't even know how to score most of the time. Rodney Hood, Grant Hill, Tristan Thompson, too interested in his pants, and Larry fucking Nance.
Yeah, Larry Nance Jr., what a useless player. I saw him when he was playing with the Lakers. Went to a Spurs game there now. San Antonio, not Tottenham. Yeah. And he was absolutely terrible. He was outplayed by Ron Artest, 38-year-old Ron Artest. And
the Cavs are going to finish bottom in the conference.
Yeah, they could be destined for the number 1 draft pick, just like they were last time LeBron left.
Yeah, so that's the difference LeBron makes.
Yep.
LeBron got his first win last night against the Phoenix Suns, beaten by about 20 points, and they're playing again tonight against Denver Nuggets. So that should be a good game. Josh Hart has been very good. Kyle Kuzma. And JaVale McGee is averaging about 20 points a game.
I love JaVale. He's a total character.
Yeah,
very odd bird.
Yeah. Any man that wears a headband like that means business.
Is that Maggie Thatcher on your shirt? It's Larry Bird. Okay. Jesus. You had a couple folds in there now. I was like, it looks like Margaret Thatcher would see at the top half of the head there. NFL just about hitting the halfway point. Should be some good games this weekend. We got Bears-Jets. Banner one for us here now. I like Bears in that.
Yeah, has to be Bears.
Yeah. We've got Dolphins and Texans. They're playing right now.
That's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Texans they've won 4 in a row.
Yep.
And Dolphins aren't where you expect them to be. They're 4-3. So
good start, yeah.
Yeah, that should be a good game. I love Hopkins for Houston. Last week, Deshaun Watson had to get a 12-hour bus journey because he couldn't fly the plane because his lung was fucked up. So they didn't think he'd last the plane journey. So
yeah, those blood clots on the plane, that's scary stuff. Like, you can die from that pretty easy, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have to go out and play a game and linebackers trying to kill you.
Yeah.
So
die twice.
Yeah. Like we were on about Mahomes minding himself and stuff like that, and Cam Newton blocking for guys. And then Deshaun Watson with a fucked up lung.
Saw a great article about Mahomes today that would have fit right in here. It's like, what were the teams that passed him up thinking? Yeah. What were they thinking? So Eagles, Jaguars, that's at Wembley.
Yeah,
that could be a bit of a stinker now. 2 teams that aren't in the form that they want to be in, and then playing in the overseas game, which is usually shit anyway.
Yeah, the 15th game in a row or something like that, that 2 teams with losing records have played in London.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah, it's the Jags are surprising though. Blake Bortles being Blake Bortles.
Turns out, yeah, that was just a blip last year, and he is Blake Bortles after all.
Yeah, Eagles are really letting themselves down. I know they've got a couple of injuries, but
the quality that they have, they should be doing a lot better.
They should be doing a lot better, and the Eagles fans won't like that.
No, they won't, and that's a very testy group of folks. Hard people in Philly, like to please.
Win, lose or draw, they wreck the place.
Yeah, exactly. They'll be throwing stuff at Santa Claus no matter what. So down there in Philly, Broncos, Chiefs should blow them out of the water. I'd imagine that would be. I'd take a bet on the Chiefs at any price there.
Yeah. Plus 14.
Yeah, is that what it is? Yeah.
Maybe.
Browns at Steelers.
That's a divisional game too, isn't it? Yeah. You'd think that the Steelers have got their act together.
Yeah, they're looking a bit better than they were 3-4 weeks ago now.
Yeah, James Conner, Juju Smith-Schuster, one of my favourite names. What a name.
I like Ha-Ha Clinton Dix for the Packers.
Yeah, great name.
Yeah.
Or Eli Apple.
That's a good one as well, yeah.
He got traded to New Orleans this week.
I always enjoy when you get like a black fellow with an Irish name. Yeah. Well, the Chicago Cubs, when I was growing up, they had a fellow called Troy O'Leary. Tell you what, he was not from Mullingar now. Yeah. Like, wherever he was from was not a hurling stronghold. Put it that way. No. Packers at Rams. I think that is where the Packers will get exposed. Relying a lot on Aaron Rodgers, leaky at the back. Rams looking like a serious contender. I like Rams to win big in that one.
And Rams to test Aaron Rodgers' knee. With Sue and Aaron Donald.
Ravens at Panthers. That could be an entertaining one. Panthers are picking it up a little bit now.
Yeah,
And
two decent teams.
yeah.
Hard to know how that's going to go.
Saints at Vikings. Saints offense, Vikings defense.
Another hard one to call. I think New Orleans.
That'll be the night game on Sunday, and I agree with you on that.
But not by
Drew
much.
Brees is playing so well right now.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara. What a player.
That's the night game on NBC. And then Monday night, NFL rounding out with what should just be an exhibition. Patriots at Bills.
Looking forward to seeing the bold Josh Gordon here. My favourite sportsman of the minute.
He's your boy at the moment, isn't he? I'm on Harry Wilson, you're on Josh Gordon, so
I have a little bit about Josh Gordon here if you want.
go on with it.
For the listeners who don't really know him, he's a bit of a legend.
Go on, yes he is. He's had an eventful career and he's only about like 26.
Yeah. And has been dormant for a few years. So this guy is from Houston, 6'3", wide receiver. So I go through his middle and high school career. Started self-medicating early in that early in the day on Xanax, weed, codeine, because he was very socially awkward and stuff like that.
Yeah, and he was starting that like 12, 13 years old, which is ridiculous.
Spelled by 2 middle schools for stealing electronics. Got a basketball scholarship to Westbury, thrown out because smoking weed, Joined a gang, shooting a few guns.
Wouldn't know a thing about it myself.
Yeah, shooting guns, stealing, counterfeit money, all that kind of stuff, This guy was so talented, he used to drink vodka before games to see if he could play.
Yeah, he's going on the Paul McGrath plan like that, yeah.
So, and he can still play.
So could Paul McGrath.
Yeah. So we're getting into the juicy stuff here now. Sophomore season at Baylor, he's found asleep out in the drive-thru at Taco Bell with his buddy, found in possession of marijuana, charged with misdemeanor for drug possession. Okay, July 25th, 2011, suspended indefinitely by the Baylor program, failed a drugs test again. Why not, sure? 25th of August 2011.
Just collect them at that point.
Transfers from Baylor to University of Utah. Didn't play because he was too late for the supplementary draft. July 2012, Browns select Gordon in the second round in the 2012 supplementary draft. That season, played 16 games, 50 catches, 805 yards and 5 touchdowns, which is not bad.
That's pretty serious going.
Yeah, then 2013, caught speeding, blood alcohol level 0.09 over the limit. Okay, that was that. August 27, 2014, fails another drugs test and suspended for an entire season for violating NFL substance abuse policy. His fourth violation. He's going well. He's going well now. September 12th.
Collecting the whole set there now.
September 12, 2014, suspension cut down to 10 games as the NFL got lenient on their drugs policy. December 2014, he returned after 5 games, 120-yard performance against the Falcons in his first game back.
Yeah, because what you can't forget in all this is that he's a serious performer.
Yeah.
Through at every stage, he's always been consistently fantastic
And
the whole time.
It seems like a sound man as well. He's not doing anything crazy
it just seems like he's just a little bit anxious in his own head now. He doesn't seem to be not too much, hassle in his castle.
Yeah. That's in his palace. February 3rd, 2015, a year-long suspension, another positive test. April 2016, Gordon's application for reinstatement is denied after he failed another test. So, geez, I don't know how many tests this is now.
Wouldn't be a very educated man now.
No, there's something missing there. It's too much weed, I think. July 25th, 2016, finally gets reinstated.
We're still 2 years away from present day now.
Yeah, about 10 failed drugs tests. Jesus, where am I now? September 29th, Gordon opts to go into rehab. Man, fair play, Jeff. Returned to be leading him to miss the whole 2016 season. 2017, the NFL denies Gordon's latest petition for reinstatement. In November 6, 2017, he does an interview for GQ and detailed his history of failed drugs tests. Then November, Gordon is activated off the commissioner's exempt list and eligible to play. He appears in the Browns' final 5 games, catches 18 passes for 335 yards and a touchdown, which is not bad going.
Especially coming basically just back in off the street there now, and considering the talent around him there with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. So we're getting close to present day now. Yeah. So Gordon plays, so this is September 9th, 2018, not so long ago. Gordon plays week 1 against the Steelers for the Cleveland Browns. Catches the game, tying touchdown pass late in the fourth quarter.
No one ended up level.
Yeah. September 15th, 2018. The Browns rule out Gordon for week 2 and announces their intentions to trade him. September 17th, 2018. Signs for the Pats and hasn't looked back since.
What a pickup for the Pats. And it just seemed like the right destination for him. A player of that caliber ended up with the Pats. Unbelievable. Yeah. If any team can control his behavior a bit. Not that he really even seems to need the control. He's just... It's not like he's going to prison or anything. Like, it's not doing anything too bad now.
No, he's just like...
That's what gets me about it. Like,
just easily led, I think.
Yeah.
But he knows...
Doesn't really say no, it seems.
Yeah, he knows it's his last chance now.
Yeah.
If he messes up once, Belichick is gone. He's actually on a very, very small contract, so even if he does mess up, it doesn't hurt him that much.
It's very little risk for Patriots.
Yeah, but from the first day out, from the first snap, you could see that Brady trusted him. And
he's absolute quality.
Yeah, you can throw him anywhere. That Hail Mary that go through down the line.
Yeah, they ended up a couple yards short, yeah.
Yeah, who did they trust under it? Josh Gordon. He's just a genetic freak. There's not a pick of fat, even though he would miss so much play time, and it's just a great story, really.
Yeah, he'd be one of the finest players in the league if he had played the whole time, and if he's able to stay consistently out there by the end of the season, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being one.
Yeah, he could be a top 5 receiver.
And they've got like Edelman, who will take a lot of the short throws and all that they like to use, that they've been running for 20 years. But he just gives them such a big play option, just an elite talent there. And if he's going to shine, if he's going to turn it around, it's going to be here and now, and it's going to be big. Yeah. Like, there's no real middle ground for Josh Gordon. He's either going to be excellent or he's going to be thrown out of the league altogether.
Yeah, it's a good story now.
Yeah.
So I hope he wins the Super Bowl.
Oh, I'd say the Pats are good contenders now for that. So
he's my second favorite sportsman after Fernando Redondo.
What a player.
What a player.
What an absolute player. And you know what I liked about Fernando Redondo, too? It's not like he had that great top-end speed. He had good first step in acceleration, but his top speed wasn't very high. Like, every time he's trying to make bursting runs, he's not getting past anybody. You know, like, they're never playing him through at all. He's never continuing his run and getting through because he doesn't have the pace for that. But he knew it. It's just where he'd find himself on the ball. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of John O'Dwyer. The way he plays the game.
Left footer.
The vision. Whenever he gets on the ball, there's no one around him now.
Yeah.
So, Jono, you're welcome.
Can't teach that either.
Take that 10 quid now.
Yeah. 20.
GAA, what's going on there now? We got some county finals.
I go through a couple of the ratifications first.
Oh, yeah.
So, did you ever hear that word before you got involved in the GAA?
Only in the sense of like government bills, like in the Congress now. Like,
yeah, well, I suppose these are government bills.
True, yeah.
So in tip, you have Liam Sheedy, manager, and Tommy Dunn gone in as coach, and Tommy Dunn is meant to be serious. He's meant to be an unbelievable coach, one of the best in the country. And
be contending for an All-Ireland?
Yeah, I think so. And Darragh Egan's gone in there as well. He was playing, let's say, about 10 years ago as well, probably as an All-Ireland. And Kilkenny, Cody's back again.
See if they're still listening to him in that changing room.
I think they will. In Clare, you had the same lads then again, Don Maloney and Jerry O'Connor. Then a couple of football ones. Mayo, James Horn's gone in there. Had good success the last time. Daniel Ford's gone in there. Martin Barrett and James Burke. I don't really know who they are now.
Mayo still won't win in All-Ireland, so it's not like it matters anyway. Like,
but we need them. We need them.
Mayo for Sam now, come on.
We need them.
Come on now.
They need to kill that lad there that the curse is based around. And Kerry, you've Peter Keane. And you coaches then are Tommy Griffin, Maurice Fitz, and Donny Buckley, who trained Kilmaley one time.
Did he? Huh?
Yeah, no.
So that's where you got your skills on the big ball.
No, geez, no, that was before my time, which is a long time ago now. I suppose, what's it, 20 years ago he trained him. He trained Dermot.
Oh, well, I believe that now.
Yeah, and actually, Stephen Rochford has gone in with the Donegal team.
I saw that as well, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a strange move, really. He mustn't like his wife.
That's a long way from home for him, it would be, yeah. Long commute now.
Must be sick of the wife. So, county finals this weekend. Limerick, county final Saturday night. You have Doon against the Piercing. Lots of county players here.
Yeah, that's 1:30 our time here on Saturday, so that will be definitely a watch after the morning's Premier League action, I'd say.
That on YouTube,
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the Piercing win that. Then you've in Kilkenny, Bennett's against Ballyhale. Shefflin is the manager of Ballyhale, so you'd be expecting them to win. It's not so long since Bennett's Bridge were a junior club, like 2 or 3 seasons they were a junior team. Dublin replay then, Kilmacud against Ballyboden. Great game the last day. Hoping for more of the same. You definitely get that on YouTube.
Definitely, yeah, with the Dublin, the county board that puts that on, right?
Yeah, it does, yeah. I just can't understand why Clare can't do it. The Dublin football final is on Monday. St. Jude's against Kilmacud. St. Jude's have a country team, basically. They've a lot of lads from Cork and places like that, and Kim McMiniman. So it'll be nice to see him win.
Yeah.
Kilmacud have Mannion. Then you have
Dave Campbell.
Yeah.
Celtic Cowboy legend.
And Clare, you have Milltown against Ennistimon. I'd say Milltown will win there. Good, that'd be a good Timber match now. The TimberCam will be at that one, I'd say.
Yeah.
Then, I forgot one hurling one. It's the Antrim County final. Speaking of TimberCam, Lockheed against Rory Oak. So, like, the TimberCam is just watching everyone there.
That's a 30-man timbering going on there, yeah.
The football is anything to go by up there. So.
Speaking of the Antrim County final, who cares who we're playing in the football one? The one that finished 5-4 the other week. I sent you the picture there.
Yeah.
No wonder it finished 5-4. The teams were wearing identical kits, except for one of the squads had a gold strip across the chest, like Kerry style. But otherwise, they were identical kits, like same shade of green and everything. Come on, boys.
Yeah. How did that happen?
Like, just put on like a training top at that point, or turn the shirt inside out. Like,
what probably happened there now is probably one of the teams was too thick to change. He said, "No, I'm not changing if they're not changing." Yeah, it happened in the rugby last week as well, actually. Edinburgh and some other team, and they didn't change at half time either, which is a bit of a joke. Look, on the TimberCam this week, we have a match going on there at the moment. We have Celtics against OKC, and I want to see Marcus Smart come up against Russell Westbrook. Two lads that play on the knife edge, and you just know Smart is going to get up Westbrook's nose, and there could be a bit of timber going on there. As I said before, the Antrim County Final, loads of timber there. But my first place TimberCam nomination of the weekend is the El Clasico, and you've Sergio Ramos going up against Luis Suarez. There'll be a lot of biting, elbowing,
diving,
spitting, you name it. Anything illegal going on, and they'll love it.
Saying first El Clasico without Messi or Ronaldo since 2007. This will be.
And the manager's gone.
Yeah.
He just couldn't get the replacement in time. The manager's actually gone. So
I'll tell you else who was absolutely gone was Lionel Messi. He was ballooned off his tits on whatever painkillers they had him on after that broken arm. Yeah. Saw him in the stands there now. He had the big old yoked out eyes like he was at fecking the Kingdom at 3 a.m, like in the alley.
He was enjoying himself.
he was feeling no pain anyway now.
Yeah, he was enjoying the match. He was like, yeah,
I'm sure he was now.
Fuck this. Why would I bother playing? Good seat. And see the state of the sling he had.
Oh, yeah, it was ridiculous now.
I think he got a better sling than
like,
that.
Come on. Yeah, what's going on there in Spain now? I know they're not doing the economic powerhouse that they might be, but come on.
Had he no insurance or something?
Friend of the podcast, Chris Delcross, wants to know what the consensus is on the GAA winter training ban. He's a Kildare man himself, which wears it on his chest anyway, doesn't he? So December 8th is the day that they're due to resume training, which is also the day that they open up their O'Byrne Cup campaign, which is a useless competition, but come on now, GAA. Like,
what is the point of that competition? What I do with that is I put out the 21 team, but they're not allowed back until the 8th of December. I'd say they're back training already.
Absolutely they are.
Absolutely.
Like,
there's no doubt in my mind they're back doing collective sessions and everything. So.
Over here doing high school football now, like every year it was middle of August you could actually go back. But sure, you're out there at the start of June for captains' conditioning sessions.
Yes, yeah. Keane O'Neill, like one of the best strength and conditioning guys in the country. Do you think he's going to let his team go back on the 8th of December? I hope and have. How would the GA please that?
Well, they said that they have lots of faith that nobody is skirting around it.
Oh, yeah.
They were very confident in their statement there.
I think you need to get rid of all these county board guys, all these absolute vegetables that run the county boards. They need to get modern guys in there, guys that are still playing or coming towards the end of their days, because they're the guys that know what's going on in the GA.
Like a Henry Shefflin type of guy, like guys coming off their careers kind of thing.
Yeah, guys like that should be making the decisions. Like, I know on Clare,
instead of some of those fossils that they have in a lot of county boards, like.
Yeah, fossils is what they are.
Don't get me started now on the Clare County Board now, because I've dealt with them now.
Yeah, look, I'm going to start a campaign now to get them to start up a YouTube channel to show, like, we can't be waiting around for delayed coverage of a county final. And
they also need to call Brian O'Loughlin into the hurling panel.
Yeah.
Bean for Clare.
Bean for Clare. Is that a hashtag now, is it?
All-Ireland Puck Fada finalist last year. Great save in the semi-final. Some man never misses leg day either. Bean for Clare.
No, he's not even the best goalkeeper in the family.
Would that be Sean?
No, Colin Lizowlet from Kazakhstan. Lovely moustache, that one.
Like a big old Philippe Albert one there, like nice dirty European mustache.
Borat kind of.
Well, Con, anything else for this edition of the Pikey Podcast?
I went to insult.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now that we've shown our true colors now.
Yeah, we'll have to change the name of this podcast probably.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So
we've something in mind, but send in your suggestions. And
yeah, we're definitely open to suggestions now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame, but
we tell you if it's shit.
Yeah, I absolutely will. Yeah, so get back to us with your suggestions. We'd love to hear from you. You can follow us on Twitter at Pikey Podcast. We're also on Instagram. You can hear us every Tuesday and Friday morning, Irish time, YouTube and SoundCloud. And we'll see you next time.
See ya.